Hey, welcome to the movie spoiler section. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, in this case, MOANA, if you don't want to be spoiled from MOANA, please leave. Please leave. I'm gonna ramble about a movie I watched recently. While it's still fresh in my mind, I want to ramble, so hello, you should be gone now. Do not be listening to this video. Please get off. Please get off. Okay. Spoiler ramble about MOANA. I enjoyed it a lot. The songs were amazing. They're brilliant. I think they were more memorable than Tangled. I don't know about Frozen. Frozen's main song was Let It Go, and that's all you get to hear about. That's it. So, but I love this movie because it's very different. How the Polynesian culture is respected. A lot of firsts in this movie as well. It's not all about the prince. I love how everyone's designed. I like how Moana's designed as if she's built for sailing the seas. She's not very thin and pretty. She's just, hey, I'm here to sail the seas and I'm gonna be a big leader and help my people. And yeah, I enjoyed it. The songs are amazing. Jermaine Clements, his role as, oh my gosh, his song was wonderful. I went to YouTube to listen to the song several times because it's amazing. It's brilliant. It's beautiful and fabulous. Apparently a lot of David Bowie influence in there as well. A lot of mentions of Tim Curry as well, who I don't know. But it's amazing. Let me quickly look up what was the name of his character because I forgot. Oh, Tamatoa. His role in Tamatoa was amazing. Love it. And watching till after the end of the credits was worth it. Worth it because, oh my gosh. Brilliant. All the jokes. All the jokes with Sebastian. It makes me want to. Does that mean he's on its back? And because he can't attract Tomfish to his shiny shell, he's gonna die because he can't get fed. Makes me wonder if he can't get back up, he's gonna die there. But I figured he can figure it out. He can, get back up on his 7 legs. Or maybe it was 9 legs, because it's 8-legged or 10-legged crustacean. I don't know. I'm not saying that word wrong, and you're gonna bite me in the butt. But hey, I think his song was wonderful. I think a lot of the songs were wonderful because a lot of Polynesian culture is embedded with it, and it's wonderful. It's the kind of thing where you really want to go back and look at the art of book. I don't know if I should buy it though, because I'm kind of broke right now in that and I'm gonna have to spend more money as well due to life stuff. But and I don't have room for books anymore. I have to actually make room first before I can consider buying any more books if I wanted to. I digress. This movie is amazing. It's not perfect though. It's around 9 out of 10 for me. Around there. Somehow, I don't know, after it, I still liked Tangled more in that I related to Tangled more, but in terms of the story, I love it because you feel the sense of community, the lore, the legends of the South Pacific, and I don't know, it's wonderful. The design is wonderful. It's amazing. Everything's beautiful. The water's amazing. I'm just wondering what amazing things I can talk about this movie. It's a very entertaining ride. I love it. It's all about their insecurities because Moe's like insecure about no one loving him, and MOANA is all about, hey, I want to be out there in the sea, but my decided role was to be leader of her people, and to lead her people, she was raised to, keep upon the one island to be safe from the curse that Moe caused inadvertently. And yeah, Moe's just doing all these things for the people, but it's, as you said, it's never enough, and it makes me think, being an artist, you do things for other people, but it's always never enough because you have to keep going, and you have to keep giving, and you have to keep doing it, and you have to keep creating in order to feel validated and that you're relevant, or you get left behind. It's the creative industry. Why am I drawing that? Well, I don't know. I'm just rambling here, and this is why I'm here for you. Here for me to ramble. The Rock sang wonderfully. I thought it was amazing, and the lead character as well. I can't really say her name properly because I'm a bit afraid of butchering people's names as usual. Even with English names, I'm like, please correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but she did wonderfully, and she's just 16, and it's like, wow, you are amazing and incredible and very, skilled in what she does because she's been training as well while she was leading up to this role as the lead character. So she's the latest princess, technically. And the joke was made that, hey, you have sidekicks and you have to be a leader of your own island, so you are technically a princess in a movie sense, not in a technical sense, because she's not. She's just the daughter of a chief. It's interesting and nice that her parents aren't there, but I'm not surprised that her grandmother died because I was spoiled. I was spoiled that her grandma was gonna die and become a ghost prior, so that wasn't a huge deal because even if you didn't know that she was gonna die and that she was gonna be a ghost, it's not really a big deal because there was a big thing that she becomes a manta ray being, ghostly being, and a ghost later on in the movie. See, I'm talking about spoilers here, so you shouldn't be listening. I don't know why you're listening if you haven't seen the movie. You should watch the movie. I love how they do everything, and I feel like learning a lot, and how all the music and visuals and everything came together. It's amazing. What else? Yeah, the music by, was it Lin-Manuel, I think his name? He created a lot of songs, along with two other very talented composers and musicians, and I can't recall from the top from my head, but they're famous people. It's just that I'm an ignorant, but you can't remember names, so you can look it up if you're that interested. What else can I talk about? Now, the thing is, I relate to Tangled more because I'm a shut-in, and sometimes I do wonder when I should get out, kind of thing. Get out there and explore the world, kind of thing. But then I don't, as an introvert, I don't really have the huge drive or need to go out there right now. So, yeah, it's just a little internal conflict there. But in terms of Moana's story, I have been lacking the community aspect in my own personal life, so I can't personally relate, but I feel the feels all the same. I felt incredibly sad when the grandmother passed away, even though I was spoiled already that she was gonna die. I love her character, that she's the resident crazy lady. She's amazing. I do wonder how, like, it wasn't clear that she took the heart, the green little, like, amazing thing. I don't know how you would call it otherwise aside from the heart. I was thinking it would have been clearer if they showed just her hand, the grandmother's hand, taking the heart. And that's it. You don't really see who took it, but later on you can think back, oh, the grandmother took it. Can't say, because it wasn't clear, because a lot of it I felt was characters telling you the story rather than showing you the story. Because I would, at that part, it would have been more clearer that she showed the grandmother's hand collecting the heart when she was a little toddler kid, and the sea gave the stone to MOANA at that really, like, early on in the movie. That's just a little nitpick. I have things to say. Or AKA reason why I only gave it's not full 10 out of 10. I mean, it's amazing. It's a brilliant movie. You should watch it. I would watch it again for the song and like story and visuals and everything. So it's kinda, maybe it's above Frozen for me actually. Maybe more or less around the same range as Tangled. I personally relate to Tangled more, even though it's not even my culture at all. But I love MOANA. I didn't know what to expect in that a lot of people were emphasizing what it's not, aka, hey, it's not a princess going for a prince. It's not this. It's not a typical story. And I'm like, okay, what is it then? If it's not this, this, and this, it's about a journey about finding yourself, really. That's what they keep saying in the promotional material. As I've been watching them after the fact now, looking at the promo material to get a better sense of what the message is. And yeah, in some parts there's a lot of telling the story, like telling you what to get out of it, because MOANA and Maui were talking to each other, and I find it really wonderful that MOANA's really resourceful. She gets back on her feet. Even when she got ditched by Maui when he left, when he refuses to get his hook get hit by the second time and consequently get destroyed. And what else can I say about this movie? Aside from, I want to actually watch the Jermaine section again at least. That was beautiful. It built a trying to think. Okay. I realized that this is probably Ron Clements and John Musker's last movie. And I realized that their cameos were actually Hey Hey, the chicken, and Pua, the pig. And actually, I think that... Oh, sidetrack. The fact that Moana is out there to explore the world is quite, something that I can't do. I'm very bad with life skills, but I love the fact that she made sure that she was able to learn from Maui how to wayfind, and that's inspiring in itself. That, hey, even though you don't think you have the skills to get out there and explore the world and go beyond what your comfort zone is, which is me, you can learn. It's okay. You can learn, even though you're a hermit butt like me. So, okay, if I think about it, I can sort of relate to Moana in that regard. Anyway, back to what I was talking about with Pua and Hey Hey. I found it interesting. I'm like, oh, And that Hey Hey used to be really smart and mean to Moana as the joke, and John Lasseter wanted to cut Hey Hey out, and I'm like, you could have cut out the chicken, oh my gosh. I also thought that Hey Hey originally used to be a very mean and smart chicken, and they had to make the psychic incredibly dumb and cannot think for itself, to the point that it's incredibly annoying, and even in the characters of the actual movie are unimpressed and annoyed. And it's the same joke repeated throughout the whole movie, just for the purpose of breaking the movie up into more comedic things along the way. But then I'm like, does it really need the chicken, aside from using the chicken as a way to make sure the heart doesn't get lost and bounce off away, and making the chicken eat the thing? And I don't know, it felt kind of, you feel that, oh, this is just another way to sell more merch with this crazy looking chicken, and the chicken stands out completely because it's designed in a way where the eyes are bulging. It's not typically appealing like the other characters are designed, because everything I've noticed in terms of design wise are, round and like big pupils, while the chicken has tiny pupils and a lot of wrinkly eye bags, and the way it's designed is completely different and just stands out. And it's kind of sad that Hey Hey gets more attention than Pua. Is that how you pronounce it? Pua. And if I think about it more, I don't think I can compare it to Tangled, since they're both made at different times, and it's kind of like a progression. The hair gag with hair getting on her face, and the way the hair moves on Moana and Maui was amazing. I love the hair. What else? I mean, maybe the pig should have gotten a role, but the pig was only there to remind her of the dangers of sailing out without knowing what you're doing. Like going out there into the ocean without, because the pig got spooked from the ocean during Moana's first attempt at heading out to sea. So that's a good reason why the pig can't go across the journey, but then all of the marketing is essentially using the pig as a cute, appealing ploy to, hey, there's a cute sidekick. It's like the joke they made about, hey, you're a princess because you have a cute sidekick, and you're doing all this leadership thing for your people and all that. Though technically she's been raised when she was young to become a leader, and seeing that she's the chief's daughter, so she's been growing up with a lot of love and care and hope and wondrous stuff. And in that regard, I don't relate, because I don't know. All of us, I don't think many of us have that kind of such a supporting and loving environment to grow up in. And I don't know, it makes you cherish the things you have. And the thing is, the fact that it's a Disney movie, just the risk, or at least the emotional risk of it, of the ending going terribly bad, is not really there, because you figure out, hey, eventually this movie is going to be alright, and they're going to solve the problem somehow. So yeah, it kind of felt like a formula in terms of the movie. I mean, even one of my most favorite Disney movies is that's Mulan, and that in itself is kind of like a formula as well. And that's my favorite, one of my biggest favorites in terms of Disney movies. So the formula's there in Moana as well, because it's just, hey, let's take off, find yourself, and let's go on an adventure, and eventually they will solve the problem and everyone's happy at the end and celebrate. You're just there for the journey, because it's the journey that you're there for, and I think that's probably why I don't feel 100%. And what threw me off was the design of Tekka, the lava person, the lava god. Because at first I thought, hey, this design is really plain. And then at the end, towards the end of the movie, you realize why it's plain. Because they don't want to make Tekka recognizable as the Lady of the Earth. I don't remember her name is, but she's really pretty when she has her heart back. And I found it interesting that my brother pointed out that a lot of the characters, Moana, and her included, the being of the land, of the islands, she and them, they all have this unimpressed look. Like, I'm unimpressed with this chicken, and the lady is, I'm unimpressed with Moe. Because Moe just started this whole thing and stole her heart in the first place. As I said before, there's no villains in this movie. Essentially, they're just obstacles for Moe and Moana to overcome their insecurities, and I think you can't compare it to any other movie because this movie is really cool. The effects are amazing. Shall I talk about things I want to nitpick or something even more? I don't know. I think one day I hope to live in a world where entertainment is not, when we won't be focusing on diversity anymore, and we're just focused on the actual story, rather than focus on, token black guy, or token Asian, or token person of color, or token gay person, or token pansexual person, or token whatever, asexual, or non-binary, some form of just the minorities. I don't know, will there be such a world where it's in the mainstream and it's not a big deal, and the focus is not on diversity because diversity is normal? And I wonder what kind of world that would be if that was true. I don't know. But then, is there such a thing as catering to everyone and essentially not really doing well at executing that? Because I find I can see how difficult that would be. Catering to everything and checking off everything off a list to make sure all grounds are covered. And if I think about Moana, I felt like there was a checklist as well, in a way. Like, click, there's a sidekick, tick, there's this, tick, there's that. And you can see why, at which points they're subverting the tropes, like, oh, the main character's parents aren't dead. Unlike most fairy tale stories. I don't know. And I had a debate, or rather a discussion, not really a debate, on how maybe the ocean shouldn't be sentient, so sentient. Yes, be sentient in a way, but feel like a mysterious force instead, like the sea is a being, mysterious being that, like he was saying, don't have it nod like an actual person, because it felt too, I don't know, it felt too sentient to him, and I can see what he means, because if the sea had the heart all along, why didn't the sea put the heart right back into the lady being, I don't remember the name, I apologize, the lady being's hole where the heart should be? Why and they argue, they explain it verbally that, oh, it was because maybe the sea wants Maui and the people to work together and appreciate that, hey, they should voyage across the seas, discover places like with New Zealand, maybe. I don't know what else is implied in this movie, and discover things together, especially how Maui is a big force in the Polynesian culture, based on the little stuff I've read. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. I don't know. I felt, yeah. The reason why I am giving it 8/9 out of 10 is because like it's somewhere there. I can't really give it a 9 for some reason. I don't know. I can't, because I felt like it's a formula. I don't know, deep inside, or maybe I'm just old, or it's probably me, but I don't know. And I don't know. I kept thinking maybe it can do without like that chicken. And also my brother also pointed out that when there's a part in the movie where Maui's quitting, and Moana's thinking of quitting and too, like, why am I chosen one? Like, why, Grandma, why did you tell me to do this kind of thing? Instead of the ocean getting told by Moana to give it to someone else, my brother argued that maybe Moana should have just, at her emotional and lowest point, maybe she should have thrown the heart into the sea herself. It's a more impactful way of, maybe arguably a more impactful way of actually, showing through action rather than talking to a sentient sea god, or I don't know, how would you call it, being that you want to quit. She's just doing it by action. You're just showing the audience that she's quitting and she's given up. Because throughout the whole journey, she's been holding on to that thing for a long time because it's precious and she wants to do good, and it's also half of her trying to prove herself to other people, which is why that got Maui's hook damaged in the first place at that point of the movie. So in that way, I don't know, my brother argued that so that that sea's more mysterious rather than an actual sentient being you can talk to, because it's not that mysterious anymore. And that the fact that the sea is also joining in and trying to make sure Hey doesn't kill itself and trying to suicide off into the sea, and the sea's putting back the chicken into the thing. I don't know. It felt kind of unnecessary, but then I'm assuming it's probably there for the kids to make them ha. But then I didn't really laugh. Maybe I'm old. I don't find that personally funny. I'm just, are you making light of the fact that Hey doesn't think for itself, and that's funny? Because I don't find that funny, especially if you're making fun of people or beings who can't think. And I think that's, in a way, I don't know, it felt kind of wrong a bit to me. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I feel, and it's my opinion, and I'm probably wrong, right? So, yeah. What else can I say? Anyway, overall positives. I love the movie. It's something I want to watch again. I can't, like it's very rare for me to want to watch a movie again, mind you. So it is definitely a compliment for me, especially because these songs are awesome. The animations and facial expressions and hair and effects and everything, and the way they did the storytelling is amazing. I just felt that there's a lot, as I said before, previously, there's a lot going on in that. They threw a lot of gags in there for the little kids to laugh at, and I felt like you don't really need this. The storytelling part could have been more cleaner. the plot hole as well is that, hey, the sea could have solved this problem, but they didn't. It's like, even more you pointed out, if the sea was really that great, why didn't it do it itself? And I'm like, yeah, why? But, and so maybe they just want to, have everyone work together, and that's kind of like an okay reason, but then a lot of things are dying off, and I don't know if that's a good reason. Maybe it is, because I'm ignorant of the Polynesian culture, and there's lessons to be learned, especially how they just suddenly threw in Moe's backstory in there, how he was thrown into the sea by his real birth parents. Then he got raised by gods, apparently, or was it other, or his grandparents? I have no idea. And yeah, I find it empowering and amazing and incredible that she's now a leader. She's teaching her people how to be wayfinders and do adventurous, cool things. And it's inspiring that I want to one day do that kind of thing too, maybe. But then I want to do it with company, not all by myself, because then I will become a crazy, isolated person. And that is ironic because I'm currently doing that right now, because I'm just rambling to myself right now like a crazy person. Or silly person. I'm not even sure if I should use the word crazy. Silly person, this is what I usually would use. Yeah, something. Those are my thoughts of Moana, and I thought, hey, was too much chicken. Just, no. Like, would she even, be able to buy merch for the chicken? I don't know. Rubber chicken, maybe? But, yeah, that's my thoughts. Very good movie, and glad I watched it. Yay!